Hey, happy Friday, Houston. I'm KHOU 11 meteorologist Kim Castro. This is your 10-minute stream to get you ready for the weekend and to show you some of the changes that are up ahead for us next week. We'll start with the heat. Okay, Shermin and I do our noon newscast from our studios at the Avenida. We're at the GRB, and so we took a stroll along Discovery Green, and I'm telling you, we were out there maybe 2 or 3 minutes, and we were a puddle of sweat. It is really steamy out there today. Actual air temperatures have pushed into the low 90s almost area wide, and the feels like value, so the heat index with the humidity, it's about the triple digits almost everywhere. Sugar Land well into the triple digits, so 92 actually feels like 104, and then 99 is the feeling in Condor and Tomball, 98 the feeling at Bush, Hobby Airport 96 for the feeling, if that feels any better. To me, I can't tell the difference. It's all really hot. Actual air temperatures are going to climb today. Your high is 95 degrees right at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Bush Intercontinental Airport is our official recording station, so that's where that 95 will be. Elsewhere, we could see temperatures push to 96. It feels like value at least at 103. As you saw, Sugar Land's already at 104. So I think by 4 o'clock in the afternoon, Sugar Land, you might be at 106. Heat is the name of the game right now. This ridge of high pressure has been building, and it continues to do that throughout the weekend. As we head into Sunday night, pushing towards Monday, though, it moves towards the west, and that's going to bring us at least some relief from this weekend heat. Let's start with your Saturday high temperature of 98. You're going to have a little bit of a haze overhead. That's some Saharan dust coming in. It shouldn't impact your air quality, but if it does, we'll send an alert straight to your phone. If you download the KHOU app, we can do that. On Sunday, 99 could be a possible record. I'm going to have more on that here in a moment. Today's rain chance is only 20%. I really hesitate to even say that. I think most of us are going to stay pretty dry. Dry for your Saturday and Sunday. And then next week, I told you there's a change. Well, we're bringing back storm chances. 40%, I think it's going to be isolated to scattered for Monday, and then more widespread as we head into Tuesday, and that continues through Wednesday and Thursday. So 20% for today. It looks like this on Future Track is just a blip. I mean, if we do see any moisture, it'll most likely be a light shower, maybe a few sprinkles out there. A lot of the moisture content is staying suspended aloft, so that means it is all the humidity that you feel outside. A live look towards Hobby. You'll notice we're a little warmer than yesterday, up by 1 degree. The breeze straight up out of the Gulf, and that's what's kicking up the dew points in the low 70s inland. However, at the coast, oh, those dew points are really making a mess, a sweat of our day. You can even tell from the camera shot that looks towards Pleasure Pier. It's really kind of foggy, steamy, really warm out today. 88 there feels like 104. And the dew point, the measure of moisture there, is at 80. So on the newscast, I talked about dew points, and I said that I would explain really what those are here in our extended 10-minute weathercast, and I will. Okay, so first, we'll start off with inland areas that are in the 70s. That's already a really, really high dew point. It's feeling like instant sweat. And then along the coastline, it is even higher, 80. That is instant sweat. So dew point is a better measure of moisture than relative humidity. Why? Okay, cold air can hold a lot less moisture than warm air. So think of it this way. If you have, let's say, a glass of water and half of it is full, relative humidity there is 50%. Now, let's say you have a whole pool and half of it is full. Relative humidity is 50%. How much moisture is in that glass of water versus half of the pool that's filled up? So that's where the dew point comes in. On a cold day, that's how much moisture you have. That's the capacity. The cold air can only hold a cupful of water, whereas on a warm day, it can hold a whole pool of water. So dew point of, let's say, half a pool of water filled up would tell you, hey, there's a ton of moisture in the atmosphere. Dew points are at around 70. That lets you know it's humid outside, even though the relative humidity is only 50%. So it's really relative to what the air mass is like. Something for you to remember, I know it's kind of a little bit of a complicated topic, but if it's cold outside, you really can't hold that much moisture versus when it's warm outside. The capacity really grows. So if you have any more questions on that, you can ask me. I'm on X, I'm on Instagram, and I'm on Facebook, and I'm happy to answer that. Right now, watching the tropics, it is hurricane season. We've got no development expected over the next 7 days. This time of year, we do check the dust coming off of west coast of Africa, and luckily there's a lot of it. Continues to be funneled in through the MDR, the main development region, where we usually see seedlings, little areas of rotation wanting to develop tropical warm core systems. Luckily, because it's there, they kind of get choked out. You'll notice a lot of dust over Florida, and some of that starting to work its way in here. I think you might notice it a little bit more though as we go into Saturday and Sunday, and it might even hang around into the early portion of our Monday. Okay, let's check temperatures now. Whoops. We'll check temperatures here in a second. Here we go. So air temperatures for right now are sitting in the low 90s for most spots, a couple areas in the upper 80s. 89 for Tomball right now, 89 for Wester, for Edo. You're sitting at 88. Deer Park is at 91, 93 Rice Military. If you are at NRG, you're in the low 90s as well. Temperatures are going to continue to climb, so it's only the lunch hour. We've got plenty more daytime heating to go. So I think today's high gets up to 95. And then we're cranking up the heat even more. Saturday, Sunday, we talked about those days, upper 90s. And then as we go into Monday, we'll see the benefits of some rain-cooled air that's going to knock down temperatures ever so slightly. Let's talk about Sunday just a little bit more, because that is a day that's going to be hotter than the rest in the sense that it could be pushing records. So the record for that day is 99. It was set back in 1980. And I'm forecasting 99, but it's very possible we get up to 100 degrees for the actual air temperature. Never mind the feels like. I mean, heat index is going to get up to 106. So that's just what we got in summertime Houston. So rain chances, like I said, aren't with us this weekend, but there are something that I want you to keep in the back of your mind as you're planning out for next week. So we're going to ease into it. Monday's just a 40% chance for storms, but then we ramp it up Tuesday, Wednesday, and even into Thursday. We're going to see really high rain chances, and not just rain, but the potential of a couple of strong storms. There's no outlook yet from the Storm Prediction Center on the possibility of strong storms. However, I see the ingredients are there for the probability of some gusty wind. I could see the potential for some hail next week. I think all the severe risks are going to be on the table. So it's just going to be something to monitor. Check the forecast at least once a day. And if you're busy this weekend, check it Sunday night. And then you can get caught up on the weather. High pressure that's keeping us hot is going to start to slide west, and that's what's going to allow for some fronts to want to squeeze into the area and bring us that clash of the air masses. The colder, relatively colder air from the north meeting up with the warmer, more humid air mass that we've got here in Galveston. That is what's going to spark up the storms. So again, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, those are going to be the days that we monitor as an unsettled weather pattern. Okay, let's put it all together in the 7-day forecast. Main takeaways for right now, today through Sunday, you don't have to worry about umbrellas, so that means any outdoor activities are going to be fabulous, so long as you're prepared for the really intense heat. And how do you prepare for that? Make sure you're staying hydrated. Budget in time for you to be in an air-conditioned space. I mean, it's really nice outside, but you can only be out there for so long. So just, make sure the little ones are taken care of. Make sure the elderly are too. Just watch for dehydration. Hazy and hot today through Sunday. Again, that could be a record day. And then as we head into next week, we start to see the storm chances go up, beginning with a 40% on Monday, then 80% on Tuesday, pretty high still for the storm potential Wednesday and Thursday. And the good trade-off here is that as rain moves into the area, we're going to suppress the heat ever so slightly. So upper 90s go to the upper 80s next week. Rain is an evaporation process, so when rain comes down, it evaporates and cools off the atmosphere. So at least The good thing with rain, even though we can't pencil in all the outdoor activities, at least we do have a little bit less hot forecast for us next week. Okay, enjoy the rest of your day and have a fabulous weekend. I'll see you back here on Monday.